evening, everyone, and thank you so much for coming. So I'm from the small village, Arab Palestinian village of Abu Ghosh, and it's located in the heart of Israel. And not much is expected of me, and for most of my life, I really hadn't expected much of myself. While the young women at university attend class, their peers in Abu Ghosh usually get married. In attempts to escape a social and political system that I knew would have put an end to my future, I began applying to schools in the States. I did so, however, without really telling my parents about my plans. And fortunately for me, my parents were advocates of gender equality and did their best to provide me with quality education. However, the idea of continuing such an education in a foreign country was incomprehensible to them. As such, when I received a letter of acceptance from the University of Pennsylvania with an extremely generous gift, I immediately rejoiced. Not only was I accepted, but I also did not have to worry about covering the costs, which would have prevented me from coming here. As I signed the letter accepting my enrollment at such a prestigious institution, thoughts about whether or not I would actually attend began to haunt me. It was the summer of 2006, and I had just graduated from high school, and I received a marriage proposal shortly after. And my parents, not knowing that I had enrolled myself in a university in the States, were considering the proposal. As reality hit, I realized that I couldn't continue living in illusion. It was a set of dreams that were being slowly shattered as the summer days went by. I called the Penn Office of Admissions and explained the situation to them. So awkward. Depending on how my parents would take the news, I may not be attending school. Fortunately, the academic advisor was extremely understanding, and she told me not to worry. She said my spot would still be here if I wanted it, but that I should keep her posted as to what happened. In a spirit of anxiety and uncertainty, I asked a friend to book a flight for me to the States, again without telling my parents. But where would I go? So I called my best friends in the States, Eden Tannenbaum. I had met her in Maine 2 summers ago, attending an interfaith dialogue camp called Seeds of Peace. She and her family receptively agreed to host me for as long as I needed to be there, and they were willing to drive me to Philadelphia afterwards. They were in DC. So I did. I booked a flight, and 3 days before I was supposed to fly, I confronted my father. I knew they loved me and wanted what was best for me, but I also knew what was best for me, and I knew that it wasn't staying in Abu Ghosh. After 6 hours, literally 6 hours of dialogue with my father, he finally agreed to let me go, on one condition, and that was not to study politics. Excuse me. Of course, I agreed and immediately called the admissions office. I was coming to Penn. So I'm currently a senior at the University of Pennsylvania, and for 4 years, I was a recipient of the Yarnall International Scholarship and the Gold Schenfeld Seeds of Peace Endowed Scholarship. Although I have not had the opportunity to meet Mr. Yarnall, I have been able to meet the Gold Schenfeld family, who are standing right here. They've been amazing. Whose children also attend the Seeds of Peace International camp that had introduced me to Eden, who helped me come to the States. Since then, I have been one of 4 student speakers at the 2009 Annual Women of Color Conference. I facilitated dialogue groups on race, gender, and ethnicity, and I'm involved in Solia, an intercultural and interfaith online dialogue group with students from all over America, the Middle East, and Europe. I should also mention that I have decided to major in political science. The one major that my parents advised me against. So some of you are thinking that I did it in the spirit of rebellion, and although that may be partially true, it's not the whole truth. It was at Penn that I truly comprehended the idea and beauty of a liberal arts education. It is at Penn that I was taught to choose a major that sat well with me, not with everyone else around me. One of the university's missions is democratic education, the process of teaching oneself. Through my extracurricular activities at the University of Pennsylvania, I have not only been able to provide a different perspective on a variety of issues, but I've also been allowed to shape my own education and to shape myself as I pleased. Yet none of this would have been possible without the help of individuals like the Golds and Schenfelds, whose commitment to interfaith dialogue and hopes for peace allow individuals like me to share their visions for a brighter future. It is for the gift of making my dreams a reality that I, with all my heart, sincerely thank my donors and this outstanding institution for providing me with these opportunities. Thank you so much.